Chapter 5.5, example 3 and 4, use rational zero theorem to find all real zeros. So our equation given is x cubed plus 6x squared plus 5x minus 12. Now in order to use the rational zero theorem, that means we have to do p, well that's not a p, we have to do p over q, where p is this value and q is the coefficient in front of the leading x term, which is the one with the highest power. And in this case, this will be plus or minus 12. Now that we found p over q, we need to find all the other values that can go into plus or minus 12. So that would mean we have to include plus and minus 6, plus and minus 4, plus and minus 3, plus and minus 2, and plus and minus 1. And now that we found all the p over q values, in order to find the real zeros of f of x, all we need to do now is use synthetic division and check all of these values to see if which ones work and which ones do not work. And how do we know how many rational zeros or real zeros that we will have? Well, we evaluate the highest power. So since we have x cubed, then we should have 3 real zeros. So let's go ahead and set up the synthetic division. So we have some number and the coefficients of the equation. That will be 1, 6, 5, and negative 12. Well, where do we pick this value? We pull those values from p over q, which we can find by pretty much guessing and checking. There's probably no other way around it. So let's go ahead and try, let's just go ahead and pick 1. Why not? So then let's go ahead and proceed with synthetic division. Alright, so the first thing you do in synthetic division is pull down the first value. So that's just 1. And you're going to use this value and multiply it by that value and then place it up here. So 1 times 1 is equal to 1. And since it's positive, you just add these two. So 6 plus 1 is 7. Alright? And then same thing. So 1 times 7 is just 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. 1 times 12 is 12. And then negative 12 plus 12 is 0. And notice that we got 0 as a remainder. Because 0 is a remainder, that means 1 is one of our real zeros. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue. Now we're left with 1, 7, and 12. And we need to pick a value that'll get rid of that 12 at the end to make sure that it's a real zero. I'm going to go ahead and pick negative 4. So negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. And negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. And then 12 plus negative 12 is 0. So, therefore, negative 4 is one of our real zeros. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Now we have one last zero to find. And we have 1, 3, pull down the 1. And I'm going to go ahead and pick negative 3, because that's what it looks like. We'll get rid of the 3 at the end. So let's put that there. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. And therefore, negative 3 is also our last real zero. And therefore, our answer is 1, negative 4, and negative 3.